Everybody's been telling me to watch this show, Hoarders. You guys watch Hoarders? I'm not into intervention shows. I mean, everybody's got problems. You know, some people smoke cigarettes, some people smoke crack, some people like to keep everything they've ever owned, and tell me what other people own. But the thing about the show is so dramatic. Even the disclaimer is dramatic. It starts off, it's like,
compulsive hoarding is a mental disorder marked by the obsessive need to keep everything. Over 3 million people are affected by hoarding.
If you have 3 million people affected by hoarding, that's a national crisis. And I think, back in the day when I was growing up in the 80s, you had a spokesperson for these national awareness campaigns. You had McGruff the Crime Dog. You had Smokey the Bear. So I think what this hoarders crisis needs is a spokesperson. There's two iconic hoarders that should step forward and to set the record straight about how this is affecting a lot of people. So the first, I think, is Oscar the Grouch. Oscar the Grouch is definitely a hoarder. He had the Hoarders theme song. Some of you might know it, 80s Babies. Oh, I love trash. Anything dirty or dingy or dusty, anything ragged or rotten or rusty. Yes, I love trash. Nobody watched Sesame Street. But I think it doesn't just affect, older people. It affects kids too. So, and little girls, they can be hoarders too. So I was thinking that, Little Mermaid, she was a hoarder. She stepped forward as well. No, I mean, that bitch is a hoarder. Little Mermaid was a hoarder. Let's keep it real. She snuck off to a little secret cave. You know what I'm saying? She dug around in her stuff and talked to her pet fish. That's mental disorder, definitely. She had a little song herself. She was like, you want thingamabobs? I got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. That's a fucking hoarder. So people act like they're not affected by hoarders. They don't know hoarders. I think hoarding is some type of shit. And my wife thinks I'm pretty insensitive about it, but that's because people don't really know hoarders. But some of my best friends are hoarders. Okay, it's my dad. My dad is a hoarder. I think my father had figured that he'd amassed some great treasure, and he had to store it in one place. And I think, when you're a hoarder, you want to keep your treasure as close as you can to you. So it's kind of like Uncle Scrooge, you know what I'm saying, from DuckTales. My dad would swim around his trash and, dive and, throw it up in the air, play with it. It was really awkward for my mom. But, everybody thinks hoarding is this oppressive thing. But it's really not that bad. It's not like me and my siblings were around, singing Negro spirituals, we know this pile of shit. It was rough, but we got through it. We never really had furniture. Outside of big old crates, in the movie boxes. So my dad decided one day he's gonna buy this lazy boy. And I'm like, okay, we're making progress here. We can use a lazy boy chair. Except for this lazy boy chair was about half the size of the room. You could fit 2 grown men in this one lazy boy. So when he brings it in the house, I'm like, Dad, I said, you got some furniture? He's like, yeah. Is red the only color they had? He's like, no. So was the red one on clearance? No, but it's comfy, isn't it? I guess it's comfy, but it's about half the size of the room. He was like, well, it works. Go get the other 2 out the car. My mom was really upset about this hoarding thing, so she would just completely lose it if people were coming over the house. You have to go to this mass cleaning. It'd take about half a day just to clean the living room. So there were no surprise visits in my house. In fact, if the doorbell unexpectedly rang, my mom would throw a ninja soap bomb on the ground, do the ninja vanish. But we always got questions from people about, did you just move in? I'm like, no, about 2008, you know what I'm saying? Been here for a while. I fucking hate the Hoarder show, but my other show is Sons of Anarchy. You like it? Some of the anarchy is like The Wire for white people. But see, I have kids, and it's, you know, I guess the only reason I really watch some of the anarchy is so I can have a common ground with white people, you know. So people always ask me if I watch The Wire, you know. But when you have kids, you can't watch really graphic television shows, no matter how good they are. Because, you know, kids just don't understand the need for character development, sophisticated plot lines. You know what I'm saying? My kids are always asking me too many questions about what's going on. You know, why does Bunk always drink with McNulty by the train tracks? No, just get out of my way. I'm trying to watch this. But kids shows suck. So if you have kids, you have to watch these shows with the kids because you got to know what's going into their brains. So you try to force them to watch the one show that you can tolerate. My show right now is Yo Gabba Gabba. For those of you that are unfamiliar with Yo Gabba Gabba, it is the best fucking children's show on television. It's basically about this flamboyantly gay drum major on this incredible acid trip. And you definitely know that he was like a junkie because he had like a really hard life. He carries around this ghetto blaster boombox from the 80s, and it's got, you know, three things in the boombox. He's got a pink flower, a little green monster, and this giant orange ribbed dildo. So it's so when I'm not slinging jokes and nobody's laughing, I work in the office, and I work at the VA, and I do project management. And I kind of feel like I'm starting to move into my office. You know, I started like leaving my work shoes under the desk, and I brought my toothbrush in, and then the next thing I know, you know, I'm bringing my stash in, and they got all indignant, you know. But the worst thing about work is they do this is bring your kids to work. I think that's like child cruelty, because nobody needs to see their parents suffering at work. I mean, I'm sorry, baby. Daddy can't take you to lunch today because he forgot to fill out his timesheet last week. So you're just gonna have to sit at the desk like Daddy does every day. Oh, that's one more. Okay, so. When these jokes aren't working, sometimes I think about, you know, a side job. And I've got this hustle right now. I've been watching this independent women movement. And independent women, you know, they're all about having their own money. But I think a lot of people who want to be independent women are kind of misguided. So I've developed something that I think want-to-be independent women need. It's an energy drink. But I've been trying to market this energy drink, and I need slogans. So I'm working on a couple slogans. You guys tell me what you think. Bitch energy drink. I mean, all you need is a little boost to tell them niggas how you really feel. Bitch energy drink. What? No, you guys don't like that? Bitch energy drink. Because fuck you, Tariq. That's my time. Mr. Russ Green.